On this episode of Fuck Around and Find Out, we fucked around and we found out this morning. I really don't know exactly what it was other than the fact of, just sitting here at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not making excuses, but, sitting here and just watching this chop, this breakout right here. You're like, it's like you're thinking it's going to go, you think it's going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. Then it reverses. And it's a total mind fuck. You have the 15-minute opening range. We had the 15-minute opening range there. We kept thinking, okay, we're gonna break out of the 15-minute opening range. Like, it's gonna happen. The best part here is that it ended up breaking out through the 15-minute opening range. Like, it fucking did it, right? 18,720. Oh God, what painful. The best part is that we sat here for 3 hours? 3 hours of watching and being like, And then when we finally fold, when we finally give up, when we finally walk away, this happens. The market goes down 100 points. I am red in some of the PA accounts today. You can see some of the PA accounts red, couple evals red there on Apex. And if we look, luckily we didn't go insane and blow up everything. The moral of the story here is that I was up on the day. I was up like $700,000 in a couple accounts, and then I got greedy. I really did. I just got greedy. On this breakout here, I was like, okay, I saw this breakout. We had this bigger kind of breakout there. So I took kind of this idea that we were going to break out here and then start to push up and then try to get through that not the overnight high, but the opening high and the 15-minute range high. I'm like, okay, we're going to finally break out. We broke out of this downward trend. We've been chopping. We're finally breaking out. Ended up getting long. I got greedy, and then you just got basically stopped out on this pullback here because I was like, well, I'm going to hold. It's going to pop. It's going to do something stupid. It's going to pull back into here and then chop straight up and push straight up, whatever it was. And I got greedy. And I paid the price on some of those accounts. So overall in the day, I think we're still in the green if you really total up all of the profits. If you total up all the profits, I think we're still in the green here. We lost, the 6 evals or the 6 PA accounts, and I still got most of my PA accounts, but we'll be back with those accounts. 1 day pass right now with Apex, 80% off. So it's not the end of the world. A great benefit of trading a PA account or trading a prop firm is the fact that you're able to kind of have that flexibility, less risk. If you blow up an account, it's kind of like, okay, I can get back into it. I can grind again and get back to work. Today, I just wanted to be kind of transparent with you guys that definitely got chopped up. Had a few good trades that opened, made some money, and then kind of just got greedy on this pushback up here. I think I was too focused on this idea of it pushing up and kind of breaking out that I wasn't really okay, we got that resistance there. It's funny because I talked about there's resistance here, there's resistance. I wasn't kind of really focusing on the fact that this was kind of a double top. I was more just we're gonna push up here. So let me hold. Let me be greedy. Let me get my big profit so I can post it on Twitter and all of that fun stuff. So, it's a battle, man. You live and you learn, and that's just kind of part of the trading journey. Definitely got too focused. I got too focused on the idea that this was going to push up, and I wasn't analyzing the fact of hey, wait, double top, look at that move down. We pushed straight down to that pivot point down there, 18,600s. I saw that there earlier. I kept thinking we were going to get that 15-minute breakout, the opening range, but look at that move. Over 100 points, straight down to that pivot point. We did not kind of get above the 820s. That was resistance, that pivot point there from earlier. Looking at the chart in hindsight, you look at it, you're like, why didn't you get long there? Why didn't you get short there? It's easy to look at it in hindsight and think that, but I honestly was like, okay, I think we might pull back to the VWAP and then we're going to bounce, right? We're going to pull back to the VWAP and then we're going to bounce and it's going to be magical. But as you can see, the market just took a absolute elevator move straight down there to that pivot point, 18,600s. So, you know, it's green, it's red, the market, it goes up, it goes down. We're making some money. We're still in the green on the day, but I did want to show that I did blow up, you know, some of those accounts there. And yeah, the battle is real, my friends. The battle is real. I don't know. Trying to look at it now, and I'm like, what could I have done differently? I think, you know, you gotta really be able to stay partial. Don't get too caught. You know, I was like, okay, you know, if we break out here, we're gonna push straight up, and I was too committed or too focused on kind of that game plan of it breaking out here and then pushing up, you know, into that pivot again, and then kind of breaking out the 15-minute range where, you know, I should have been like, okay, I take the long here. If we get stuck, you know, I'm going to get out, I'm going to get stopped or whatever it is, get stopped, break even, and then look for another opportunity. You know, would I have taken this short to the downside? Looking at it now in hindsight, I don't know. If you look, we had the 15-minute range. That low was right there. So we had the 15-minute range low. So maybe I would have if I wasn't so focused. You know, 3 hours of like watching this, just like You know, it was just wasn't a day for momentum. Today was a day to get in, get out, take your 20 points, take your 10 points, whatever it is, make a little bit of profit, and then walk away. And that was pretty much the moral of the story today. If you're going to trade that first 2 hours, it was like just get in, get out, and kind of live to fight another day. And as you can see, today we're going to live to fight another day. We're still in the green. We're still going to survive. We're still got money in the bank. But definitely a good lesson. I want to share that with you guys here, just to kind of talk about the overall idea of where it went wrong. Just too focused on kind of getting that bullish momentum to the upside when, in theory, it's like, you know, it really wasn't that bullish. I think I was a little overly bullish. We got that breakout, and I'm like, oh, it's game on. We're finally gonna break out. We're gonna push, and just wasn't allowing myself to be partial to the idea that like this could also be a very much, you know, a double top there, and then we get that run and get that move down. So it wasn't that I was like overly bullish or bearish on the day. It was just the fact that I think that once this started to break out here, I was like, okay, we look for the longs, we get the push up here, and that's kind of our target where, you know, I should have taken profit there on that trade, taken the profit there, and then just kind of gotten out. It would have been the good play, right? That would have been what I should have done, but instead got greedy pretty much, you know, and then got greedy up here, and as you can see, ended up just kind of going full just tunnel vision and being like, well, you know, it's going to bounce at the VWAP. It's going to bounce at the VWAP, right? It's going to bounce at the VWAP. Clearly, it did not bounce at the VWAP, did it? No, it did not. And it just kept going lower. So good story. Lesson in the bank here. You know, if I would have gotten stopped out where I should have gotten stopped out, if I would have, you know, gotten out at the 60s, yeah, I think I should have gotten out, you know, last case scenario, the 50s. Well, maybe I could have taken another opportunity for a trade and took that short to the downside, but I got greedy and just tried to force my hand there. Instead of taking profit, I got greedy, and that's the moral of the story, pretty much. Yeah, it happens. Everybody has red days. It's part of it. So showing you guys the good, showing you the bad here. And today, yes, we took some red. We blew up a few PA accounts, and tomorrow we'll be back in it. Luckily, we got plenty of evals that are ready to go to get funded as well. So we'll activate those tonight, and we'll be back to our 20 Apex accounts and trading tomorrow morning live. Hopefully, with the CPI report and everything coming out, we get a better move, and the action is there. So that's the move. That's the setup. That's the story. I wish it was different, but like I said, we know it happens as part of the game. And looking back, I definitely took some made some bad choices. Made some bad choices along the way, made some bad choices. So there it is. If you guys are interested in checking out the course right now, the course is $199. Tomorrow I'll be live on YouTube, but only for people who bought the course. It's like kind of like a private webinar for people who bought the course. And yeah, right now on the NASDAQ, sitting right there at that pivot point. There it is. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe button. You know what to do. Peace to the Middle East.